Alright, so this is Deuteronomy 30, and I'm going to start at the top. And it shall come to pass when all these things are come upon thee, the blessings and the curse which I set before thee, and those blessings and curses is talking about in Deuteronomy 28. And the last book of Revelation tells you that there won't be, when the kingdom comes, there won't be a curse anymore. So yes, we're still under the curses. And like I said, when the Lord said in Luke 21:24 that we would be in captive among all nations, that fits into what was going on in the curses of Deuteronomy 28, of going into captivity among all nations and serving them. All right, so verse 1 again, Deuteronomy 30, verse 1. And it shall come to pass when all things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among the nations whither the Most High thy power hath driven thee, and shall return unto the Most High thy power, and shall obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children with all thy heart and with all thy soul, that then the Most High thy power will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations whither the Most High thy power hath scattered thee. If any of thine be driven out unto the uttermost parts of heaven, from thence will the Most High thy power gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee. Okay, and the Most High thy power will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed, and thou shalt possess it, and he will do thee good and multiply thee above thy fathers. Okay, so just like I read in Ezekiel 37, same thing, you know what I'm saying? So there ain't no twisting of scripture of nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's plain as day that when the Israelites turn, because like I said, there's a remnant that's going to be saved of Israel, that's going to come back to the Most High, seek him, and follow the commandments, have the faith in the Messiah, stay not worshiping other gods, doing religion and doing these still keeping the high holy days as was commanded, not Christmas and Easter and all this these false pagan celebrations. They're going to come back to the Most High, that remnant, and the 2/3 that rebuke or buck up against the counsel of the Most High, which is His word, and coming back to Him, they're going to be killed off. Okay, so that the captivity going into the remnant, just like I read in Ezekiel 37. So that's just again what's going to be happening. The captivity is going. Most High going to deliver His people from captivity and then bring them into their own land. All right. So let me go to Lamentations 4:22. Not trying to make this lesson real long, but you know, it just got to be done. All right, so this is, let me see, Lamentations 4:22. Or I'll start at 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shall be make thyself naked. And that cup is going to be destruction, because I forgot the precept. It's in my other Bible, but I may put it in the link below. But that cup is going to be where it's taught in Jeremiah. It talks about the cup, or basically going into the destruction of Edom. That thou shalt think that you won't go and punish Edom, which is still the so-called white man that people want to hide. But back to business. Verse 22, the the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. So the Edom, Esau, the so-called white man, like I proved in the real Israelite, or the real Israelites are scattered video. This is our last captivity. So we're not going in, and I'm gonna give more scriptures to back that up, that we're not going into captivity no more when the Lord comes back. Obviously, like I read in Jeremiah 23, that Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. So we ain't going back into captivity after this. So if Edom since he is the so-called white man, that proves that he's the last one that had us in captivity. So we're not going back into captivity. So, but he will no longer carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. So just like Babylon, because Edom is the daughter of Babylon, just like Revelation 18, and I think it's 18:6 or 5, excuse me, about the iniquities that reach unto the heavens. Okay, so and that's another cut to people, because like I say, man, America, they have like 90% of America is Christian. And there's all these religions in America that claim to love God, yet America's going to be destroyed. You know what I'm saying? And you can't tell me that America is not Babylon when Babylon is not going to be inhabited. This place that's called Babylon is not going to be inhabited. So that ain't talking about Rome, and that's not talking about a place in Africa. For those that saying that Ashereth is not talking about the Americas, America is Babylon. So how can Babylon is not in Africa, Babylon is not in Rome, and Babylon can't be Jerusalem if we're going to live in Jerusalem? So you people don't know what you're talking about. But that was the point I had to get out of there. So let's move to Joel. Joel, 3rd chapter, and I'll start at the top. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Yehoshaphat, which is the Most High's judgment, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. Okay, so that's another scripture, man. Because as I said before, Luke 21 and 24, that we would not be in the land of Israel. So that's showing you what's going on. And let me drop down to verse 9 to show you. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare for war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears, let the weak say I'm strong. And that's going into these last days with the World War III, because all these powers that used to be weak are now scaring America, like China. North Korea's in talks. Russia got them back. The Arab countries like Iran. So that's going into and if you keep reading, it's talking about these last days. So just to get that point, that from the top of the scripture, because verse 7, like just like I brought, if you want to get more understanding of Joel 3 and basically verses 3 through 7, I brought that out in the real Israelites are scattered video. But I'm gonna go to verse 7. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. And according to Jeremiah 3:18, Israel and Judah are together in that north country, which is Babylon. Okay, so that's the place where we were sold from the Arabs, the Africans, and the so-called white man. All right. So from there, let me go to Zephaniah